At least 4 million people have fled Ukraine since this war started. One woman was visiting her mother in Kyiv when Russian troops invaded the country. Olga Tsoy documented their escape online. Her stories and posts gave her 44,000 followers, a first-hand account of this crisis in real time.
I am currently in Kyiv, Ukraine. As you probably have seen already on the news, Russia has attacked Ukraine this morning. I haven't slept all night. Just trying to figure out what to do. Nobody has been in this situation before, so it's kind of hard to predict what can happen, what will happen. People who decided to leave Kyiv are pretty much stuck in traffic. And to be honest, I think I would be much safer just being at home. My entire family is here. My mom, my dad, my aunts, uncles, cousins, my sister. They didn't have an option to leave before. Here sitting in the shelter, in the bomb shelter, and checking the news constantly. We were just told that there's going to be an attack from the air and we need to seek shelter immediately. I was able to get out of Kyiv, and unfortunately it is getting attacked as we speak. Our goal right now is to get to the border of Poland. My mom is not a resident of the United States. And I am. So once we get to Poland, I guess we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I'm just trying not to cry at this moment. So, yeah. I'm currently at a bus station, and we've been waiting for the bus to arrive for the past 3 hours. We've been here for about 12 hours or so. I don't even know what date it is at this point. We're probably going to be here for another 10 hours or so. Nobody really has any information. So at this point, we're just waiting and trying to get to the border.
Olga Tsoy joins us now. Ms. Tsoy, welcome to the program. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, can you just tell us a little bit about where you are, how you're doing, how your family's doing right now?
I'm currently in Krakow. We rented an apartment with my mom. We were able to cross to Poland, and we have been here for about a month. My mom, she's doing okay for what it is. My dad is still in Ukraine, which is very hard because I have to check on him every day. He's in the part of Ukraine that is taken over by Russians, and unfortunately every day we're just standing by trying to see what's going to happen. And it has been awful to be waking up every day and trying to check on your loved ones. I can't describe how I feel because every day is a struggle.
I know that Ukrainian men had been required to stay behind and fight while women and children were allowed to evacuate. Is he part of that effort to fight back against the Russians, or are you contemplating getting him out?
So he is young. He's under 60, so he can't leave. But when I talked to him, he told me that he doesn't want to leave. And honestly, it's him speaking for pretty much a lot of people in Ukraine as well. Not a lot of people want to leave because they're getting pushed out of their houses and homes that they've created for themselves. And it's just so sad to see that because my dad said that he can't be afraid anymore. He is really done with being afraid, and so he's staying on his land because that land belongs to him, and he is not going to leave. Even if the borders did open, he wouldn't leave. He's staying where he belongs.
Talk to us about how you and your mother were able to get out and get to Poland. What was that journey like? What did it take for you to get out of Ukraine?
So totally, it was about 3 days that took us to get to Poland and be safe. At first, I've mentioned this before on my stories that people who had the cars were able to leave, but my mom and I, we don't drive, we don't have cars. So there was a moment where we both looked at each other and decided that that's it, we're staying, and we have to make sure we have enough water, enough food. And then just by kind of luck, we got on a bus. My sister works for a company, and they provided a bus for relatives of people who work at the company as well. And so we were able to get out. It was a really long journey. It was exhausting. But we were on a bus. Luckily, we didn't cross by foot as many people do. So I can't complain at all. And then once we got to Poland, We lived in a hotel for about 10 days, and then we were able to rent an apartment where we are currently. And I'm just trying to do everything I can to also help people that are in the same situation and who are arriving from Ukraine. There's a huge population now from Ukraine in Krakow, a lot of refugees. So I'm just trying to provide food for them as well as place them in hotels and find housing for them because I was in the same situation as well.
I hear you in terms of trying to help out others who are in a similar situation. We got a number of comments from viewers, get them constantly about the war, and a lot of people have been asking about how to help. We get those kinds of comments all the time. Here are a few of the voicemails that have landed in our inbox about that.
I keep trying to think of ideas to help the Ukrainian people so that more and more people don't keep losing their lives.
Many people, along with me, are wondering what they can do to help and what the top charities that need the most help are.
I would love to be able to help Ukrainians in some way, but we don't know how.
Diane, Karen, and Charmaine, thank you all for sharing those thoughts with us. What would you say to them in terms of how to be the most helpful?
So I'm here on the ground and I can see what's going on with different organizations. I've mostly been helping through donations that I posted PayPal and Venmo on my Instagram so people can send help directly. And I'm here just buying everything people need. Other than that, it is kind of hard because you have to research. There are a lot of huge organizations, but the one that I do work with closely is the World Central Kitchen. They've been amazing. I've seen a bunch of tents. They're providing hot meals to refugees all over the city. But honestly, I would encourage people to look for smaller volunteers and organizations, kind of like me. I mean, I'm not an organization, but I do my research if I'm helping somebody else. And it really does mean a lot when people reach out to me on Instagram. And I've heard a lot of people that feel helpless because they want to help, but they don't know the best way to do that. And
Right.
honestly, please do your research and just find some like smaller organizations.
One last thing I want to ask you, but I do want to pass on something that we just got from our military correspondent, Courtney Cubie, and White House correspondent, Peter Alexander. They're reporting that tonight the Biden administration will announce that it will send another $100 million worth of Javelin missiles. Those are anti-tank missiles to Ukraine. Two sources tell NBC News that the administration will make that announcement tonight. And that comes to us from Courtney Cubie and Peter Alexander reporting from Washington. Before I let you go, Olga, I did want to note something on one of your Instagram posts from a few weeks ago. There is a video of you looking very glam with your hair done. You've got a rose and you're kind of like, it's a very cool kind of a glam Instagram video. And you write, this video was taken a few days before the war started. That girl has no clue about what's about to happen. I wish I was still that girl. Before I let you go, if you could talk to that girl, what would you tell her?
This is a really, really hard thing to say to myself, but I think the most important thing is that we all should stick together. And if I could talk to myself back then, honestly, I wouldn't change anything. I think everything that we all are doing and helping each other is the most important thing. And the values we're standing for are extremely important. We're standing for democracy right now, the entire country. I'm just so proud of everything people are doing to stand against Russia, and the war is just insane. And I honestly can't even imagine how how long this will take to heal because we're all are very heartbroken. But I'm never going to be the same, and that's okay because it just makes us all stronger, and we will continue to pursue our personal wars against this awful atrocity of war.
Olga Soy, I really appreciate you making time to share your story with us. Stay safe as best you can, and thank you very much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.